Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to explore a totally different way of looking at the year. It's a system built around sunshine, celebration, and a unique rhythm for life. So let's dive right into the incredible world of the Ethiopian calendar. So let me ask you a question. What if your year had an extra month? Not 12, but 13. It sounds kind of wild, right? But for millions of people, this is the beautiful reality of how they track time. And if that's not mind-bending enough, get this. On top of having 13 months, the calendar in Ethiopia is also 7 to 8 years behind the one used in most of the world. So how on earth is that possible? Let's unpack these two fascinating mysteries. Okay, first things first, let's talk about that 13-month year. This isn't just some novelty calendar. The Ethiopian calendar, also known as the Gez calendar, is the official one used in Ethiopia, and it's deeply woven into the daily life of the nation. It has this ancient, beautiful rhythm all its own. This system isn't some new thing they just came up with. It has these incredibly deep historical roots, based on the ancient Coptic calendar from Alexandria. And by holding on to this calendar, Ethiopia maintains this direct, powerful link to its ancient traditions. It's a huge piece of its cultural identity. So, how do you actually build a 13-month year? You might think it sounds complicated, but the way it works is surprisingly logical and, honestly, really elegant. The structure is wonderfully simple. You start with 12 months, then, and I love this part, every single one of those months has exactly 30 days. No more trying to remember 30 days hath September. It's just clean. So 12 months of 30 days gives you 360. To make it match the solar year, you just add one short, final month to round things out. And that special 13th month? It's called Pagami. It's this little leap month of just 5 days, or 6 days in a leap year. The best way to think about it is like a short, quiet chapter at the end of a book. It's a time to pause, reflect, and get ready for the new year to begin. And here's where things get really fascinating. Faith is woven right into the mechanics of the calendar. That 4-year leap cycle is directly connected to the 4 evangelists. Each year is named after one of them, and the leap year, the one with the extra 6-day in Pagume, is always the year of Luke. Okay, so we've cracked the 13-month mystery, but what about that whole being 7 to 8 years behind the rest of the world thing? This is the reason why Ethiopia celebrated the new millennium on September 12th, 2007, while many of us did it back in 2000. This chart really lays it all out. It all comes down to a different historical calculation of the exact same event, the Annunciation of the birth of Jesus. The Ethiopian Church follows an older calculation from around 400 AD. The Gregorian system, which much of the world uses, is based on a later calculation from 525 AD. That scholarly difference from over 1,500 years ago created the 7 to 8 year gap we still see today. All right, now that we get the mechanics, let's talk about what it actually feels like to live by this calendar. Because it's not just about counting days, it's about experiencing these distinct seasons of life. Every single month has its own personality, its own cultural flavor. So the year kicks off with Meskel, which is in September. This is their new year, called Enkutatash. It comes right after the rainy season, so the whole country is just bursting with green. There's this incredible feeling of optimism, and people exchange bouquets of bright yellow flowers as a symbol of joy and new beginnings. Now, let's fast forward to Taurus. The air here is just filled with holiday spirit. This is the month of Genna, which is the Ethiopian Christmas, celebrated on January 7th. Just imagine, homes are decorated, you've got the amazing aroma of traditional foods and fresh roasted coffee everywhere, and families are gathering together. It's just a beautiful time. But the calendar isn't just about celebration. It also holds space for more solemn moments. The month of Yekatit is a time of remembrance, a time to honor the sacrifices made for the country's freedom. It's this powerful annual reminder of national resilience and courage. So, as you can see, this all adds up to something much bigger. The calendar is way more than a tool for tracking appointments. It's a living, breathing part of Ethiopia's cultural fabric that really shapes how people connect with nature, with their faith, and with each other. It really is a system where time isn't just measured, it's celebrated. There's a saying that captures this perfectly. Each month offers a meaningful reflection on life, unity, and continuity. Whether that's reflecting on new life, on the past, or just on the joy of being together as a community. All right, so let's do a quick recap. The big things to remember are that Ethiopia's calendar has 13 months, thanks to that short final month called Pagumi. It runs about 7 to 8 years behind the Gregorian calendar because of a different historical start date. And most importantly, it's a calendar that's deeply tied to ancient traditions, where every single month tells a story through seasons and festivals. It really leaves you with a final thought, doesn't it? The way we measure time quietly shapes how we see life itself. So what would change for you if your year had a totally different rhythm? One with an extra months built in for reflection, and a new year that started with fields of yellow flowers? Something to think about.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more fascinating content.